quickly to the SVB crisis in the banking industry. Can we agree, at least as a starter, as we try to understand how this is all playing out, that the issue here in terms of risk is liquidity risk that we are facing in the system, and that SVB had a liquidity risk issue?
Well, there was a run on the bank. It had high reliance on uninsured deposits, and there was a massive withdrawal of deposits that led to liquidity problems. The bank had to be closed for that reason.
So do you agree then that it is a liquidity risk that we're dealing with in this issue?
Well, there was a liquidity risk in this situation. There will be a careful look at what happened in the bank and what initiated this problem, but clearly the downfall of the bank, the reason it had to be closed, was that it couldn't meet depositors' withdrawal requests.
Because their capital was losing value, and they were not able to access their capital, and I attribute that to the interest rate hikes that we are seeing in the face of the inflation. Am I wrong in that?
Well, my understanding is that the bank, to meet liquidity needs, had to sell assets that it expected to hold to maturity. And given the interest rate increases that have occurred since those assets, including treasuries and government-backed mortgage-backed securities, they had lost market value.
All right, yeah, and we're on the same page on that then. I appreciate that. One other question with regard to the bank failure, and this is with regard to the efforts to get a private buyer to help solve this issue. Regarding these issues, the solution would have been to get a private sector solution that protected taxpayers, calmed the markets, and prevented the potential assessments from being inappropriately levied against community banks. Press reports have indicated that some of the FDIC board members may have slow-walked the negotiations with regard to potential political backlash surrounding mergers and acquisitions. And it was because of that we were not able to move forward promptly with obtaining a buyer. Are those reports accurate?
Well, this is something that is a question for the FDIC, really, rather than me, but I know that the FDIC looked for buyers, and a merger or acquisition is certainly something that they were open to as a way to resolve the institution.
All right, thank you. Very quickly, on the